The Square Ball Podcast.
Welcome to the show. It's brought to you in association with Levi Solicitors, who will offer you a 10% discount on your legal fees at levisolicitors.co.uk/the Square Ball. Favourite of the Levi's stable of
the big three,
Yep.
And I like to book appointments online.
Yep. Why is it good booking appointments online?
Because I don't like leave my house.
As you've been here today demonstrates.
Yeah. I live here. You don't notice the smell.
That is true. Will's Probate Conveyancing, loads of other stuff for your business and for you. Have a look at levisolicitors.co.uk/the Square Ball. Online booking system. They can do remote appointments for you no matter where you are in the UK. Full details online. Dan here with Michael, who is resident, and Rob, who isn't resident.
I've just got here this morning.
Yeah.
I wondered what that smell was.
Do you know what I survive on? Mugs. Just eat these mugs all day long. These Bielsa mugs. This is 2 of them. I think Rob's got one too. These T-shirts, that hoodie, they're all for sale. Go buy some stuff, please.
Keep this shambles afloat for a little bit longer.
Exactly.
Willy mugs, we've had a third reorder on those. Look at that.
We have, yeah. I think we're down to about the last 7 of those or something. So, madness.
Be good to oversell them this week.
I tell you what, my entirely cheap but provided on the house coffee tastes great out of that.
Good. Enjoy. No more Bamford mugs, though.
No.
Until he can book his ideas up.
Okie dokie. This is Propaganda, then the show where we find out what's been said in the football world in the last 7 days. We have to obviously pass it through a Leeds lens. Should we get this one out of the way now with the mega mix? The Leeds United misery mega mix. Is it misery? Or is there some gritty realism in there?
It's somewhere between misery and disinterest.
Right.
Which I think I picked up from the match ball as well when I listened to you. You were a bit like, just the way it is now.
Yeah, just want to get to the end of the season.
The sweet spot, isn't it? That okay. Another one gone.
I mean, let's face it, everybody wants to just end the Man United misery in this show. So let's get this one done and then we can move on to that fun and games, yeah?
Yeah.
I genuinely don't know what Leeds side's going to turn up every game. I'm just filled with false confidence. One decent performance, but still no goals, and then a terrible performance and no goals. The main thing being no goals. If it wasn't for Ben White today, I'd probably be taking a bath with my microwave.
It's worrying without being kind of terminal. And what I mean by that is obviously Garcia is still fairly new, but it felt like a lot of the same issues we saw under Marsh, all right in spells, pretty crap in spells, but, we even defended pretty well, I thought, at times, and then just concede the softest goal known to man. And it was the second free header we gave Fofana from a corner. We did it on about half an hour, and then about half an hour later just were like, yeah, well, here's another one, mate. See if you can get this one. And he fucking did. I just think, we could still be playing now on Sunday afternoon and we would not have scored. We look toothless and I'm worried.
Someone please get rid of Harrison. The man is a waste of space.
I can't remember seeing a Leeds side that is so efficient at losing games, whether it be 1-0 losses when they dominate, 1-0 losses when they are sort of in the game. I just absolutely have no hope that we'll survive this season. I don't blame the new manager. I absolutely blame Orta and his crew for the recruitment and then the appointment of Marsh.
All my anger at the minute is just still on that Jesse Marsh substitution of Rodrigo in the Accrington game. I think there's no need to bring him on, and he's the only one who can seem to score a goal for this club. So that could be the what actually relegates us. Oh, and Gyökeres scored twice, had an assist, but yet we didn't want to sign him for some reason. Cheers, Orta, you wanker.
There you go, then. I mean, just thinking about the demand to get rid of Jack Harrison. We are outside the transfer window now.
And we did try it.
Yeah,
some people did.
We're outside the window. Only option then is to have him bumped off. If you're trying to get rid of him, we're talking barrel of acid here, aren't we?
Disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an ice bath. Smells a bit funny.
Why are you feeling lightheaded? Don't worry about it.
Just render him down. He was bad though, wasn't
he? Yes.
We have to address it. I know there are reasons you could point to, like pretty much selling him to Leicester, sort of on purpose, kind of by accident, depending on which bit of the ownership you refer to.
Yeah, I have to say, if let's take it back to when you were at ITV, Michael. If your manager had called you in and said, "Look, we don't really want you here. We're thinking
that'd have been great though, because I'd have been like, redundancy. Get in.
No, we're selling you to the BBC.
Oh, that's probably an upgrade.
All right, then we're selling you to
Channel 5.
Channel 5.
Oh yeah, I don't want to go Channel 5.
Let's say they're selling you to Channel 5, but then Channel 5, whatever reason, it falls through at the last minute. You're forced to go back there. I mean, your head was not in it at ITV anyway.
It was well in it. I'm telling you, some of the work there was tremendous.
What's your favourite piece of work that you did towards the end?
It's the spreadsheets.
Yeah,
some good spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Some of them were really added up well.
He said, wasn't it? It was just down on the table, asleep most of the time.
Yeah. So who can blame Jackie if he's not quite? I mean, he was always a little bit in his own head anyway, Jack Harrison.
I mean, it is weird though, because you can almost see that it might knock a couple of % off your effort or something, which I think would almost be understandable. But the fact he can't kick a ball anymore is weird. Like even a ball that's not moving. I don't know if you've noticed them recently.
Yes,
it would really help him out if we just got someone else to take a set piece. Because people are just sick of it. Like we've seen him waste so many recently, and you do think, well, why is he still taking them? He's clearly not very good at it. Can't someone else do that? And people might actually be a bit less sick of Jack Harrison. He's kind of in that zone that players get where people are just fed up with him now, and the more you see him hit a set piece out of play, the more it is like, just get him out of the team. But we've seen with like Firpo and Rodrigo this season, it doesn't actually take that much to get out of it. I mean, you go back to earlier this season, people wanted Jack Harrison in the England squad. Like, that was actually a thing.
That was just Moscow, I think.
I don't know. There was a lot online of that people couldn't believe it when that England squad was named. So I don't know. I get stick for defending Jack Harrison now, but I think he's all right. He's just playing not very well at the minute, and there probably are quite obvious reasons for that.
And I think that's probably a hallmark of the level that we're at, is that your players will blow hot and cold when you're not up at the top end of the Premier League. If you're up at the top end of the Premier League, it means you're consistent. And when I say that, I mean, like, from a playing point of view, if you're playing for one of the Champions League sides, it's because you're delivering 7s and 8s out of 10s every week. Whereas obviously, by definition, you're not delivering that if you're down at the other end of the table.
Yeah, I don't think he played well at the weekend, but I don't think anyone really did. I didn't think anyone was horrendous, but I didn't think anyone was good. And
the one that made me, I wanted to chuck my coffee cup at the telly when we were at the radio when we were listening to it, was when he broke down the left, and it wasn't a corner. It was where he had to just whip it across, and it could have done with being whipped at about head height, and he just punted it off into the far distance. And I thought, Jack, what are you doing, lad?
You're better than this.
Yeah.
I think that's the frustration.
I would have delivered that better than him.
I mean, we are at that stage with some of the set pieces as well, aren't we? Where you think just occasionally over the front, the man at the front post, like, it would be such a treat, wouldn't it?
But it feels like we've been hitting the man at the front post for about 30 years now.
Yeah, Gary McAllister used to do it as well.
Yeah, Strachan was always good at it.
All right, so let's just... Well, I think under Bielsa we advocated for getting rid of corners because we were so bad at them.
Yeah, well, he felt that set pieces were a form of cheating, didn't he? So,
well, it's vulgar, isn't it? The set piece.
I mean, some of the gripes, the stuff about recruitment, Chelsea just spent more than us. Defensively, we're still looking decent, that should be said.
It was a weird game because I think under different circumstances, that exact Chelsea team and squad, you would look at that and say, being in a game and losing 1-0 there is actually all right. Like, it's a very, very talented and expensive squad, but they are also quite terrible at the moment. So it's hard to... Like, if Chelsea go on a real brilliant run now to the end of the season and, you know, scrape into Europe or something, you can look at this and go, oh, well, actually, we played all right. But it did feel like a missed opportunity because they, despite having a decent start, it felt like they pretty much ran out of ideas.
Yeah, it was just, the whole thing was just a bit underwhelming because we went into it thinking there's a chance here. And then I was chatting to a mate who was in the away end afterwards because I wanted to see like what the reaction was there, because I think we've said before, it's sometimes hard to get a gauge of it when you're in the studio. And he was saying it was just all a bit meh. Like, it wasn't terrible, but it did, like you say, it did feel like a missed opportunity if just things had been slightly different. But that's again, we keep saying it, that's why we are where we are.
I mean, if Melior's header had gone in, it would have been one of the best games ever. just for that one moment. But
yeah,
the fact that was about as close as we came probably doesn't speak particularly well of the performance, does it?
We are asked by Bay Area Brandon, do we have faith in anyone not named Greenwood to deliver a set piece? Is a good question.
I like it how Jackie and Aronson will both stand next to it and then Jackie will kick it and it's useless. That's the standard set piece model we have. It's like, I don't even know why they're both there. There's never any variance in it. It was the same under Marsh. We did the same thing.
Who else? Which other Greenwoods would you like to have taking corners for us? Ignoring the obvious one who resides across the Pennines, who's been, should we say, in the news recently. Who,
I can't think of any others.
just name a Greenwood.
Was Ron Greenwood? Was that
Ron
an England
Greenwood,
manager?
yeah.
Ron Greenwood, yeah.
Probably
Yeah, I've got a feeling he is.
dead, I would say.
He passed away in 2006, sadly, yeah.
Okay.
Any other Greenwoods that you like? I mean, I've got the Wikipedia of famous Greenwoods open right now. Just give me one.
Peter Greenwood.
Oh, Peter Greenwood. You mean the Australian actor?
Is that right? Is the one?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
He's a special effects technician, researcher, designer, voice actor, and media consultant.
So we can superimpose a corner on someone's head.
You pick a Greenwood, Rob. I'll tell you if they'll be any good at corners.
Dave Greenwood.
Oh, Dave. David Greenwood, born 1957, American basketball player. Retired.
Well, if he's a basketball player, we want him in the box, don't we, really?
It's true. Get in the mixer. Anyone else?
Yeah, you're right.
Stands out?
He's 6'9".
Yeah.
So,
He'd be useful.
So he would be useful on corners, yeah. Although 65 years old, basically pensionable age now.
We had Russian Haley once.
That is true. That is absolutely
Similar plan.
True. Right, is that it with Leeds? Do we need to touch on anything else?
Well, I think actually we'll given I think it was Ralph mentioned his favourite Gyökeres getting the goals instead when we should have signed him.
Or Gyökeres if you're
Gyökeres, or whatever we called him. But yeah, he's playing for Coventry and who were playing Huddersfield this week.
Right.
I mean, on that, I suppose the recruitment stuff, it didn't really work, did it, with Ruter up front?
Not yet.
But then we didn't give him any service, and he seemed to be playing a lot in our half.
Grothy was talking in the presser that he's more of a second striker, and he did look very second strikery. Like there were a few bits where he got the ball and played other people in, but in terms of getting on the end
Victor's bought a project again,
in
hasn't
terms of getting
he?
on the end of chances and scoring goals, which is what we need, he wasn't going to do that.
I enjoyed the step overs on the edge of his own box, which he seemed to keep doing. He seems to be trying to break in through from defence into the middle third whilst doing step overs, trying to go past three men. And it's like, not there. Not now. If we get caught now, there's quite a big problem. But anyway.
I like the look of him, and he's evidently going to become a good player, isn't he? But whether he's the thing we needed right now or not is questionable. But well done, Victor. Anyway, on to Man United.
Well, no, let's go to Gyökeres, his Coventry team, beating Warnock's.
Oh right, okay.
Huddersfield.
Are we starting there, are we? Because, come on, people just want the Man United.
I know, but let's keep them waiting.
Well,
Warnock's quick. We'll get past Warnock quickly. So this is, they lost 4-0 for the second game in a row, actually.
He's doing really well.
Yeah. He did come close to playing the hits in his post-match, because I listened to it. He nearly says it in this first one, but he just can't quite get the words out.
I couldn't fault the first half. I couldn't fault. I thought we should have gone in front before half time.
He checked himself, didn't he? I can't fault their effort. They're a great bunch of lads.
But you remember one of his famous things he said about a Leeds player?
I do remember this. His chosen victim.
He's inverted it.
Oh.
Blame Tom Lees.
But I can't fault Tom Lees, really. I thought Tom Lees was outstanding.
Oh, my God.
So there you go.
Are we living in a parallel universe?
It's just because he's older now, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's sort of earned his respect by sort of hanging around.
The other thing I remember from Warnock at Leeds was that his version of events was often different from ours. Like we should have taken the lead in the first half. They shouldn't. They were shit, apparently. All reports say they were firmly battered from start to finish, more or less. So this is a little mix-up of what Warnock was saying about the fans. He likes to talk about the
fans are great.
They're great.
Yeah.
And then I found a little clip. I've realised I've not name-checked him here. A Huddersfield fan, anyway, on YouTube. His account of the game afterwards.
Okay.
See if you can spot a difference.
We've got to try and upset a few now. We've got to try and ruffle a few feathers. The fans are brilliant. They've been so far, so much behind us.
I've genuinely never came back from a game and lacked this much optimism for the future.
So there you go. The two sides.
Light and shade, Michael. Light and shade.
The two sides.
That's what it's all about. Oh, the fans are great.
A lad I know who's a Huddersfield Town fan, when they appointed Warnock, was like retweeting videos of him and pictures, being, he's so emotional to be back. I'm so excited. He's thought, you've been drawn into it, mate. It's not going to end well, this.
He does not give a toss about that club, does he?
It's really admirable, to be honest.
It's 10 weeks' work, I said to Shat and all that,
I will say, to do Warnock a bit of justice, the longer clip wasn't particularly blaming him. It was just saying the whole thing's knackered.
Why have you said that, though? That takes away from the...
He's part of that whole thing, though.
It's him.
But yeah, I mean, Warnock's thing is he can come in and transform a team in no time and make him defensively solid and do all the basics.
They just need to believe.
Whereas 8 conceded in 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of suggests it's not going well.
I don't think hiring a manager who's going, what do you expect me to do? There's nothing I can do with these. It's not the best idea.
Yeah, and where are they in the league? Let's have a look. I believe they're bottom.
Yeah, quite adrift now, I think, because Cardiff have won a few games.
They are indeed bottom. They are now 7 points adrift of Cardiff, although they do have a game in hand on the Bluebirds.
Well, on the plus side, at least we probably won't have to go there next season. So that's a small
We're
mercy.
staying up, Michael. Don't worry. We're staying up.
We might be.
We will. We will stay up. Right, on to the scum then. Let's do this, because this is what everyone's waiting for. We've made them wait long enough.
Do you want to start on Webby and O'Neill?
If you like, yeah.
The correct answer there was yeah.
Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
I mean, the beauty of this game as a whole was that Man United are ticking along quite nicely this season.
Yeah.
There's real...
They're back in the title fight.
The balance of power has shifted between Liverpool and Man United. That's all I was reading going into it.
So there's a lot of that stuff going on, which has made for a beautiful counterpoint here post-game, because they were all so enthusiastic. So this is, I don't know where Webby is, this is just O'Neill and it's his son, unless he just calls him son because he's younger, but I think he is his son Kieran. So I've got a clip of him pre-match.
Yep.
So should we hear that first?
Yeah, and then should we discuss it in between times? Yeah, it's pre-match.
Well, yeah, you've got to suffer, you've got to sacrifice, you've got to put everything into it. It's Liverpool, and we've not won there for 7 years. But I am fully confident behind this team. And listening to Eric Ten Hag, I can't see us losing. I can't even see us drawing. I'm actually thinking we're going to thrash him, and thrashing him is 2-0. Jurgen Klopp, I listened to him, and he has completely lost the plot. I don't think he's focused. I think he's trying to be too jovial, trying to pass away what's going on, the realities of what's going around Liverpool. And to me, Ten Hag is spot on in his analysis of what's going on at Manchester United. And I don't think Jurgen Klopp knows what's going on. I think I just don't. I don't think he can deal with the way Liverpool are playing, the pressures, all that. And I think United are in a fantastic place. And I've not been this confident for a long, long time, go to Anfield. And I say it again, and I can't help but say it. I think Manchester United, as a squad, have just bang on. They're just hitting form. They're all working for each other. And I go back to Ten Hag again. The mentality, compared to 12 months ago, is unbelievable. And I don't see that in Liverpool. I see Klopp completely lost the plot. I don't think the Liverpool players are together. I think a lot of them are sulking, and that's why I'm going for a 2-0 win. I just cannot see Man United collapsing at Anfield.
Narrator's voice.
Oh, it's so nice, isn't it?
I mean, look,
I know everyone.
I mean, this is the thing.
Can pick over pre-game things, but it's particularly funny.
The thing is, when we do our pre-game things, and it's like everything that we do, we're just having a bit of a laugh with it, aren't we? Just
7-0 though.
We just, but we never proudly walk in here and go, yeah, they're terrible. We're going to absolutely pump them or whatever. And if we say that, we are inevitably taking the piss, because we know better than to say things like that. But they did, and
interesting
all credit to him for doing so.
Interesting within that he considered a thrashing to be 2-0.
Yeah, that's a consult football cliches thing, isn't it? I think that.
Yeah, you can't
have a thrashing. For me, a thrashing is at least 4.
Yeah, you need 4.
Yeah, you need 4 or 7.
Yeah, beyond 4.
As an option, as long as the Liverpool can get their mentality right, which they haven't. And
they're too busy sulking, aren't they? The Liverpool players.
They did look very sulky, those Liverpool players.
And Jurgen Klopp don't know what's going on.
The biggest disgrace I've ever seen of a Manchester United performance in a second half. Bruno Fernandes, to me, right, was an absolute disgrace with his attitude. This is going to take a long, long time to get the taste out of my mouth, which is bitter. I feel as though like I'm just chewing straw. I just cannot speak.
Because I need something to laugh about.
No, right, but I can't laugh. I'm embarrassed. Yeah. I'm embarrassed for every Manchester United fan who's got to put up with the abuse of every Scouser, every City fan, every Arsenal fan, and everyone on this planet, because I am fuming, and I'm glad I'm not going out tonight, right? Because I'm in a foul mood. I don't know how you are, but never mind. This has spoilt my weekend. I think this has spoilt my whole year.
Was that a little growl then?
There was a little growl. Yeah, I don't know. I think that.
Yeah, yellow.
It's great to see them all having this revelation about Bruno Fernandes being a complete and utter prick as well.
Who
during
could have
this game.
foreseen that?
He's like,
Who'd have known?
before, they were loved it when he was diving around trying to win penalties and stuff and trying to get people sent off. Now, absolutely fuming. You don't play like that against
What
Liverpool.
a dreadful twat he is.
It's just Manchester United Football Club. You're the captain.
He plays for himself, does Fernandes, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's awful. Imagine a game in which 22 players are all playing like Bruno Fernandes.
We're not far off it at times, I think.
No, he's a different level though. Like it would be such a.
Is that because he's got scum face though?
He's got a real scum face. So is Anthony. So's Garnacho as well. They had a good selection of scum
And
faces. McTominay. And McTominay's got like an almost expressionless face though, hasn't he? I feel like he's too. He looks too.
It's like a mannequin.
Yeah, he's a bit painted on to be able to tell that he's a full scummer. But yeah, the prospect of a game kicking off and just every single player falling to the floor without all physical contact would be quite something to watch.
Do you know what? It was worth it though, just to see him try and tackle that Liverpool kid when he just given up and sulks to the bench. Brilliant.
Tried his best to kick him.
The mask was really slipped there, Bruno. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, so that was nice anyway. Do you want to stick with scum misery? I believe you found a bit of Bournemouth misery.
Yeah, I think it's just important to remember on a weekend that we've had difficulties because we lost. It's never fun, is it? We've had season ticket renewals straight off the back of that defeat, which we'll do that in the weekly show, I think, perhaps. Yeah, rather than getting into it on this one. The other people are also sad at football, and Bournemouth. This is the in-stadium recording of Bournemouth at Arsenal. It's called Back of the Net is the channel. And
it's the guy who was accusing Leeds of setting off fireworks because we'd beaten Bournemouth and not because it was the 5th of November.
I think that was just him being...
I'm not sure it was.
I'm not sure it was. His son had to sort of correct him, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, it's fireworks like that.
And later on he was going, more fireworks.
All right, definitely one of them was simple then, because one of them either didn't get the joke or... Anyway. So this is Back of the Net, and what you need to do is just listen carefully to this. So this is the sequence of play in which it's when Arsenal get the corner and he's pleading for full time to come because they've obviously just shipped the equaliser not too long before that. Arsenal have just had a chance and then they get another chance in that 97th, 98th minute, whatever it was. So there's the pleading for full time. Then you'll hear the corner come across and there's the initial cheer as they think that the corner has been cleared and they've got away with it. And then the bad thing happens. Wait for it.
That is fucking devastating.
It's football, isn't it?
See, I'd have recorded that and then put my phone away and never spoken of it
Throwing
again.
throwing your phone in the river.
Just delete that at a later point.
Refused to acknowledge the match. Where were you this afternoon? No, after man.
Did nothing. They've had it a few times this year, haven't they, where they've thrown away Leeds?
They're a weird side, aren't they?
Yeah.
It really stunned me when at full time and the players went to the away end and the Bournemouth fans, because they're just lovely, were just clapping them. You think, God, if that was the Leeds end and that was like the 3rd or 4th time we've done that this season, I think it would have been very different.
Yeah, I watched a bit of them outside the stadium and they were mainly sort of saying, I'm really disappointed, but so proud of the way we played, and if we can play like that every game, all that sort of stuff that you say to convince yourself you're not going down, which we've done on many occasions. If we can play like that every week, maybe...
I think the fact that they've done this a few times this season does suggest they're going down. So even when they get in front and put themselves in a good position, they're just cattled onto it. They're worse than us, I think, in that regard.
Yeah, they do seem to be.
But now does not seem like the right time to be making bold proclamations about that.
Are we going to say this is all due to Ben White's love for Leeds United that he scored that goal?
Yes.
It is all about us, I think, isn't it? I think he's definitely scored that and thought, yes.
Yeah, and
that'll please Leeds.
Eddie Nketiah was cheering from the stands, wasn't he?
Of course he was. Absolutely. Of course he was. And trying to go who else has played for Leeds and Arsenal.
They were doing it for Luke Ayling.
Doing it for John Lukic.
Yeah.
They did it for John Lukic.
Yeah, he was there, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Almost certainly with his hair.
Yes. Right. Let's do it then. Let's climax as this show should definitely end, which is Who's this that Michael? It has some sort of underscore in the name. That's bizarre.
RNA_Deck.
That sounds very cool and space age, doesn't he? Has he arrived in a spaceship?
I believe it's called Declan,
All right.
probably. Oh, he needs a decking, whichever way you want to say. Hey, we've had him on before. I grew to sort of hate him through listening to these clips. I have to say. I mean, I listen to a lot more than you're going to hear here. I don't know. I started making loads of judgments on him based on
your own biases,
based on my own biases and things I've got in my head. First of all, he's obviously not from Manchester, which annoyed me.
Yep.
He sounds a bit. I think he's probably Nottingham or Derby. He's got to be a bit of that funny
Derby
accent about him. He's probably. I was in my head. I'm thinking he's probably got some reason. He tells people he's a scum fan, like his uncle played for the youth team once or some bullshit,
bad life choices,
some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
And so, but actually, it's because he's supported him because they won some stuff once. I kind of made judgments that he's the sort of person who'd be in a pub with a scum shirt, really loudly supporting him, and I'd hate that.
I love this whole life you've built around this.
But then I did also think, the good thing actually about these live watch-alongs that these people are doing is that it does keep him out of a pub.
Yeah.
So in some ways, it's good that he's doing it.
If you saw him in a pub, what would you do?
I'd just leave him be. I'd just sit somewhere else. I'm not a violent man, but I just...
Would you provoke somebody more violent than you to go over a word?
No,
of course not.
I'm not recruiting someone to beat him up.
I'll do my sniping on the internet from the safety of my keyboard.
We'll just laugh at him from back here anyway. So again, he was full of confidence pre-game, which was nice. So let's hear a little bit of that first.
United are different. United are back. That 2-1 win at Old Trafford against Liverpool was the kickstart of Manchester United season, and we haven't looked back since. So we won that game in terrible form when we were just getting used to Ten Hag, just getting used to the players, and now we are in unbelievable form. Ten Hag has worked miracles. We are in magical form, and we are going to get the victory today. Liverpool have slightly improved, but we've known, I've heard everyone say, big games, form goes out the window in games like this. Well, it didn't go out the window for Liverpool versus Madrid, did it? Elliott, Fabinho, Henderson, what a midfield. You bloody... That is absolutely terrible. That is absolutely terrible, and you love it.
Be sick there.
Núñez, Gakpo, Salah. Yeah, so I mean, they are pretty mudded at the moment, especially that midfield. Games are won and lost in the midfield. We've got Casemiro, Frege, and Bruno. They've got Jordan Henderson, Fabinho, Elliott. I think there's levels to this game. That's all I'm going to say.
And you are right. I know what you mean about him being dislikable.
And also, he seems to base a huge part of his personality on saying Frege. I think he's dead clever for doing
Fred?
it, which annoyed me. Just call him Fred, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Frege.
No, but you're right. He is from. There's hints of Derby.
It's Derby or Nottingham, or it's somewhere Midlandsy.
Yeah.
So
perhaps somebody with knowledge of the region will be able to say that's Long Eaton or something.
Yeah,
where he lives.
That Manchester United hotbed, wherever it is.
Yes.
Yeah, same place as Goldbridge, possibly.
Well, that's probably the high point for him then in terms of the weekend's output.
Well, no, he was the next clip here. This is them. They're a goal down.
Still full of confidence.
But he's still full of confidence, and he's actually more confident, if anything.
This is Manchester United.
You've just done the worst thing possible. You realise that? You've scored the first goal against United. That's the worst thing you can possibly do. Never score against United first. We always come back. Yeah, exactly. Frege turns into an absolute beast. And even more so today because it's his birthday as well. Unbelievable stuff.
This clown doesn't mean any of this, does it? I've just realised this is what the whole internet currency is built on. Saying something polarising and outrageous just so you're either proved right and you can dick swing or you get egg on your face, one of the two.
I think it's
just annoying. Frege, go away.
He's got definitely built up a love of Frege, mainly because he can.
Is that how you're supposed to pronounce Fred?
I don't know. The Brazilian Portuguese pronunciation is a bit weird.
Yeah,
I know. I listened to a World Football Phone years ago. Tim Vickery saying they said Woodgate was how they said it, which is quite interesting. Okay. But I'm not going to start calling him that though because that'd be daft.
It's like we've been linked with Marcelo Gallardo, as you would say it, in an anglicised version, but it's Guichardo, isn't it? Because that's how I think it's Buenos Aires he's from. Apologies if I'm wrong there. That's how they specifically pronounce the double L. which is y in Spanish, isn't it? Gallardo. But over there, that regional dialect is sh. So I don't know. Just
We're happy to just stay ignorant, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's easier that way.
yeah.
I mean, the truth
I
is,
prefer to get it right, but I don't want him getting it right.
the truth is, I'd completely let him away with this.
Right.
Normal circumstances.
But it's all the other stuff.
Got a right
isn't
Nottingham scum face. So, so not.
Anyway.
So the next clip, this covers. I had to kind of join some of these up. So this clip covers.
it? Is this another mega mix? You're
2-0
treating us.
2-0 to 5-0.
Yeah.
Is this one. And I'm beginning to think by the end of this, he might have lost confidence in the new United.
Yeah, you've done the worst thing possible going 3 or 4-0 up.
Yeah, you know that. Yeah, he's not saying that anymore.
Has he ditched that? Yeah.
Now Fabinho. Oh my God, no, this is dangerous. Salah pulls it back. Now Elliott. Ball across. Oh my God, it's bloody had to be him. Bloody hell, what kind of a start is that to the half?
Bloody hell.
We needed to start like that. Now look at this. We're so open now, man. Desperate to get back in it. Oh, bloody hell. No. Dinky Winky. Bloody hell. We're so open, man.
Is that the Teletubbies he's on about?
I don't know. I think it's like refers to like little passes or something.
Dinky Winkies.
Dinky
Okay,
Winkies.
Let's carry on.
We're making their flops look good. I mean, look at that. We look like almost scoring ourselves and then literally just on the break. And look at this on the counter. Bloody hell. Who we're playing? Bloody Counter-Attack FC. Like bloody, oh my God. Oh, fuck off. Now they're getting the bloody lucky bounces as well. 4-0, man. Luke's, oh my, I can't believe it. How lucky is that? How lucky is that? McTominay gets the block. Oh my God. Literally, McTominay blocks it. It falls straight back to the man that passed it. So it's a terrible pass. It flicks off McTominay's hip and falls straight to Salah. Like, literally every single little bounce, everything went Liverpool's way there. I don't get it. Oh my God! Oh my God, what am I watching, man? What am I watching? Well, my scoreboard doesn't go any higher than 5-0, so if they score another, I'll just end the stream. Absolute shit! We're like statues in the box, man! We're like statues! What is going on? We've got our entire defence back. They've got like one person in the box. In fact, no, they've got lots of people in the box, but...
Dear.
So that's how he's getting on.
Good.
Counter-attack FC. It doesn't count, does it? If it's counter-attacks.
He was really
it's
annoyed about scoring counter-attack and goes, oh, you're just like catching us on the break, are you?
Yeah, anyone can do that apart from us. It's fine.
Pathetic. Stupid way to play.
I'm excited to see him cut off the stream now as well, particularly because his scoreboard doesn't go any higher than 5-0. Because, spoiler alert, it's going to go more than 5.
Yeah, and you're going to hear going 6-0 here, which is Salah's second goal, and he turns into a 13-year-old boy who's been kicked off his Xbox because his mum's found his internet history and he's not allowed on any devices for a while.
What have you been looking at?
Oh, it's not fair! Sounds right for me. We're gonna play Call of Duty and you can't take it off me.
Oh my God! What is going on? Why is every single bounce going to them? Everything is like bloody pinball. Literally, it's rigged. It's like it's bloody DDA on FIFA. I don't get it. Everything is pinball and it just falls to Salah. I don't get it. What is going on? Every single thing is falling to them. I don't get it. What is going on, honestly?
There's sort of a hint of laughter in there, but you can... It sort of evolves into when you're young,
it's so unfair,
and you vow that when you get older you won't hate young people. It's a lie.
He ain't even that young.
No,
I think he's about 25 or
about
something.
42.
He's old enough to know better, is what I'm saying.
We've got a journey now. Take us on this journey. Where's he going?
Well, this is when it looked like Salah's goal might be ruled out for offside. And was this the goal that broke the record for Salah as well? It was most Premier League goals or something, wasn't it? He managed to get. Yeah, it was like one of them daft records that pretends football didn't exist before the Premier League because other people have scored more. But anyway, aside from that, he was kind of pleased that VAR were looking at it.
Yeah,
it was going to be offside. Salah took his shirt off. Ha ha ha. But then by the end of him talking about it, they put a 7th in.
Good.
It's offside. Imagine taking your shirt off and you're offside. What an absolute bell. Unlucky lad. Taking your shirt off and you're offside. Behave yourself. Taking your shirt off, getting a yellow card and you're offside. At least that's brightened up the day a bloody smidge. Instead of being 100% a shite day. Sorry? What? That's not offside? What? It's offside, is it not? How is it not offside? It just showed you the camera angle and he's offside. How is it not offside? Why is it 6-0? I've literally just watched it. I've watched it and it's offside. What is going on? His foot is offside. Why is it not? Why is that not offside? I've literally just... This is horrendous. I don't understand. Even if it's... I reckon if you put me at centre-back, I don't think there would be any different. Oh no, don't you dare! Don't you dare! Don't you dare! The bloody a charity match now! It's a bloody charity match! They're bloody lining up! Get the kids on! Get the under-13s on! Get them a goal! It's embarrassing!
Mum!
They're lining up! Lining! Can you see why I hated him now?
Yeah.
I really liked it. It's offside, is it not? Is it not very formal all of a sudden?
I have to admit that when I first saw the replay of Salah's toe being slightly ahead of the defender, I thought, they're probably going to rule that out. And if that had been against us and they'd given it, I'd have been furious. Because it was that, I was like, yeah, wave it through.
Don't matter at this point either.
It's funny. And you know, like there's somebody sat in the VAR room just going, do you know what? We're not going to deny him the goal here. I'll just let it
Should we
go.
draw the lines or not bother? It was like at the end when they added on like 2 or 3 minutes at the end, which should obviously been more because there were loads of breaks.
Yeah, like 18 subs or whatever.
But it's one of those ones where a ref just goes, it's fucking done.
Yeah, a mercy killing.
Let's just turn it off.
Yeah.
So we're now into injury time, and he's regressed even further.
All right.
Where his voice has somehow got higher still.
Is he like Benjamin Button, this kid?
Well, I don't know. He's part child, part old lady in this final clip as he's getting more and more annoyed.
What are we doing? What are we doing at the back? Why are we not marking any player? Why are we allergic to marking anyone? Literally, he doesn't even want to be there. Why are we still committing? Why are we still over-committing?
Marking slippers. The marking, darling. Hello, sweetheart.
Oh, well, that's good fun, isn't it, there?
So that was a bit of him. It was the other nice thing watching it, which you couldn't really turn it into clips, but he kept getting to kick opposition fans out of his chat because people were just coming in to mock him.
That's the internet equivalent of taking your ball home, isn't it? It's my football, I'm going home.
He's getting on, oh, you've even got something about hating Man United in your YouTube username. That's pathetic. I'm kicking you out, though.
I was going to say,
got Arsenal fans in here now. Why are you watching this? Just go, leave me alone.
I was going to say we were laughing the other day about the privilege of just muting people in our YouTube channel. We
didn't do it while live crying, though, did we?
No, this is true. This is true. And why we'll never, and why we should never. Well, that was fun. Thank you for that.
It's a bit more in Propaganda Extra as well.
Oh, some more crying scum.
Yes, Side TV is to come in another mega mix, actually, in Propaganda Extra.
You're too good to us, Michael. Well, we'll see you over on that. If you're a TSB Plus member, Extra Ball subscriber, you will find that in your feed in due course. Well, thank you. Thank you for your work. Thank you for sitting...
Why are we doing it?
Thank you for sitting through that so we didn't have to sit through all of it.
And thank you for not reacting to the Chelsea defeat like that. I did watch the match ball when you were almost entirely composed.
I mean, we were saying sometimes you just got to write it off and get on with your weekend, otherwise you do end up like that. That's always the danger.
Absolutely. We'll see you soon.
The Square Ball Podcast.